I don't know if I should cry about my club. I don't know if I should feel embarrassed of my club. I don't know if I should feel ashamed of my club. Ladies and gentlemen, contentiedo officiale. You know, when Real Madrid wants to drop a statement, they always drop this goddamn thing, makes it all dramatic. And the honest, you know what? It's a bit cold, if I'm being honest. It has a bit of an aura, right? You out there anticipating, as a Real Madrid fan, I was promised Olise, I was promised Vitinha, I was promised a Galactico. Perez said that this is going to be a Cristiano Ronaldo, Kaká, Beckham, Zidane type of player. And ladies and gentlemen, who is it? Julian Alvarez. You have to be joking, right? You have to be trolling. You have to be kidding me. Because when I saw this, my genuine excitement not only died, but when I saw this, I looked at Perez and I looked at him and said, this brother needs to leave the club, man. How did this brother just won the election? I genuinely do not know, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official that they said that after the meeting of the board of directors held today, he has made an offer of 150 million to the club Atletico de Madrid for rights of player of Julian Alvarez. This is a bit weird because this is the first time where a club probably announced that they made an offer. I have never seen a club made an official statement, their admin on social media go out on Instagram, made an official statement and said that we have made a bid for Julian Alvarez. You want to know what makes it even more embarrassing and funny? At the end, they said, after studying and evaluating it, the club Atletico de Madrid has thanked the offer made within the framework of the good relations between both clubs, and has rejected it, referring to the player's termination clause. I'm sorry, so you went on social media, publicly said that we got rejected? I'm sorry, this is like you going to your crush, going and telling her your feelings and how much you want her, I want you, I love you, and she rejects you, and you go on social media, made a video about it, that my ex and my crush, you rejected me, brother, what? You like to be publicly humiliated or something? Why would you say to the world that you got rejected? First of all, why would you say to the world that you made a bid of 150 million? I've never seen Real Madrid move like that. Second of all, I've never seen Real Madrid post a rejection publicly. There is something bigger happening here. This is a chess move. This can be a lot of things, and it's so embarrassing, the things I'm going to mention, and I'm going to tell you what those are, right? But before we do that, obviously, when they put this, ladies and gentlemen, you know what happened minutes after? Oh, we know what happened. Atletico Madrid's admin, after cooking Barcelona, and I was laughing at the whole situation, the drama between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid's admin kept making fun of Barcelona, right? Real Madrid fans were having a hot seat and goddamn, laughing at the situation, but nope! Now how karma hits you back. This is the statement that says karma always hunts you back, and it hunts us back, and they literally just put the laughing emojis. That is insane disrespect now. That is disrespect. That is genuine disrespect, man. And they went and said even more stuff. Oh my god, man. Look at the things they are saying here. Official statement with clarification, right? Regarding the statement of Real Madrid, they cut off the part of the Pope's video where he said he was an Atleti fan as well. Okay, this is just genuine trolling yet again, right? You must have confused education with gratitude, but to leave no doubt, we don't thank you for anything. Again, I know in the statement they said we thank for the thing or whatever, or no, in the statement Real Madrid said that Atletico Madrid thanked us for making like this direct meeting, and Atletico Madrid is saying no, we didn't thank you for nothing. We neither study nor consider any offer for Julian Alvarez. How could we not get along? When you make us laugh even more than Barcelona. Okay, why is Barcelona getting cooked here as well? What did Barcelona do? They're not even part of the situation, but they're out there getting the smoke as well. But this is just insane, man. Just insane that we go publicly humiliate ourselves, get embarrassed, and on top of all of that, they cook us as well, man. That was generally free shots. This was literally free shots, free roasts from Atletico. You put yourself in that position, man. It's like, again, you want to be publicly humiliated. But ladies and gentlemen, when you go and say that a 150 million player is a bomb, it's unexpected. When they told me his name, I was frozen in shock. Maybe frozen because of how dumb this move is. Listen, Julian Alvarez is probably one of the best strikers in the world right now. I know you probably as a Real Madrid fan are saying, why are you saying this? Why do you not want a Julian Alvarez? Why are you saying all of that? Because, guys, we have Vini. We have Kylian Mbappe. You think Julian Alvarez, they don't, even just saying their names and that front line, they don't make sense. We don't want this type of player. And if we wanted a type of player like him and a striker, we don't need a striker right now, but if we needed a striker, I would rather have a Joselo type of striker. I would rather have a tall striker that maybe we could use as rotational type of player. You know, a Lewandowski type of build, a Haaland type of build, a taller, stronger player, an Osimhen even. But a Julian Alvarez just does not make sense because he does not fit the system. Especially with Jose Mourinho. He loves his taller strikers as well. And I don't think Jose Mourinho said a word to Perez about this situation, right? And what makes this situation embarrassing, and the points that I mentioned before, right? I feel like first things first. Perez used this. He said all of that in the interviews. The 150 million player is a Galactico. It's going to be Ronaldo type of level, Beckham type of level, Zidane type of level. He said all of that just to market here because he saw Riquelme, the president in the elections, who he was going against, right? That brother was saying some crazy stuff. He was saying, I'll bring you Rodri, I'll bring you Haaland. He went as far and went on interviews and had a Real Madrid shirt with Haaland on the back, right? He was trying to win the elections, obviously, but eventually he lost. I think for Perez to go toe-to-toe with that brother, he said this on interviews, he said this just to market his own name, just to boost his votes in the election, just to do all of that, right? He went and signed Konate, he went and signed Dumfries. Immediately, just before the elections, he just made the bids and everything and said, if I win the election, these two players are coming to Real Madrid. And then on top of it, to end it all, the cherry on top of the cake, he said, I'm going to sign a Galactico. Just selling this dream to Real Madrid fans, right? And at the end, he bid for a Julian Alvarez. You know, this takes me to the second point why this is embarrassing, right? I genuinely feel like, right? Look at this theory right here. Barcelona fans are theorizing, apparently. They're saying that Perez colluded with Atletico Madrid to release a fake statement regarding the attempt to sign Julian Alvarez. And because Julian has been Barcelona's main target for the past months in their search for a new striker, Florentino finally gets real competition in the Real Madrid election, so he claims to have $150 million. So basically, just to summarize all of this, right? I feel like he made this move just to obviously boost his presidential election thing, right? And give him even more of a chance. And he had other motives as well, which is not make Barcelona and make it harder for Barcelona and make Barcelona not sign Julian Alvarez. A lot of people are saying this is Don Perez, and this is actually funny. If you think about it, he's literally trolling Barcelona. He put the 150 million bid because he knew he's going to get rejected either way, right? And you know what happens? He just upped the price of Julian Alvarez. Now Barcelona cannot get him less than 150 million. Now I think Barcelona needs to put even more money to get a Julian Alvarez. If anything, I think Julian Alvarez deal is completely off after this as well. And I think Perez's intentions was that. Now that is funny because that is happening to our rival and he is trolling our rivals in a way, right? But at the same time, instead of you going and trolling our rivals, instead of you being so obsessed with Barcelona, so focused with Barcelona, and you not looking at the fact that we have been trophyless for the past 2 seasons, we need so much to be done for this team. Instead of you focusing on your team, you go on interviews, first of all, talk bad about Barcelona. You go and probably this was in your intentions, this looks like your intentions, I don't want to really blame it on him, but you go and troll Barcelona, upping the price of Julian Alvarez. You do all of that, and this just looks like that you're going for Julian Alvarez if you wanted Julian Alvarez. I don't think Perez for a bit wanted Julian Alvarez, right? Because it doesn't make sense. He just made it to boost his marketing thing. He knew he will get rejected. They made an official statement out of nowhere and publicly, which just doesn't make sense. And out of all the players, is the player that Barcelona wants, obviously. But ladies and gentlemen, the fact is that it looks like you, if you wanted him, I'm saying if, the very big, very small if, right? If you wanted a Julian Alvarez, this just looks like you only wanted him because Barcelona were interested in him. That is next level stupidity in my opinion. Sure, you can focus on rivals. You need to see what rivals are doing. You need to keep up with the rivals. That's been like in everything in life, right? You always look, if you want to succeed, you have to look also at your competitors. What are their competitors doing? What can I do better? But you at this level, you're being goddamn obsessed, man. Because Barcelona fans will now come out and say, oh, they wanted Neymar back in the day, they got our player Figo, look at them being so obsessed, they want an Alvarez now, and just so many embarrassing routes. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what your intentions is, but the fact that you're focusing on rivals club is just insane. Now the biggest reason on why he did all of this is probably just to help him win the elections. That for me is number one reason. Number two reason is probably trolling Barcelona and upping the price of Julian Alvarez. Number three, he actually wanted, because that number three option is probably like not the percentage of that is very low, right? I don't think he wanted him. He just wanted to boost his name. He wanted to be in the newspaper. He wanted to say all of that. He even went to the far to say that they will give us Olise. Fabrizio confirmed multiple times that Olise and Perez loves Olise. That was probably a leak as well, just to boost his presidential thing. And it generally makes me so sad, the fact that he did the Olise stunt, right? He is doing the Alvarez stunt, all of that just because he wanted to win his presidency and elections yet again. It's a smart move. He probably played us all, if I'm being honest, but again, I genuinely it's just a bit sad, if I'm being honest. It's sad because he is neglecting the squad. He's not getting the midfielder that we want. He's not getting a right winger like Olise that we want. Again, so much stuff. In my opinion, Vitinha is number one target for us, but I think it just will not happen. We got rejected by Atletico Madrid. We got rejected by Bayern Munich. Olise is not coming, by the way. Fabrizio has confirmed that the door is officially closed. Vitinha and Neves came out rumors that they're untouchable as well. I genuinely do not understand the clownery that is happening in Real Madrid at this point. Not in Real Madrid, sorry, but with Perez, if I'm being honest, man. And again, 433 tweeting the same thing. Barcelona apparently believe there's some inside sources in Barcelona saying that they believe that Perez did this in purpose, submitted a 150 million bid for Julian Alvarez to drive up his price. The move painted an ideal scenario for both Real Madrid and Atletico. Florentino Perez fulfills his campaign promise to make a 150 million bid, while Atletico increased their price for Julian Alvarez and strengthened their negotiation position with other clubs. It genuinely makes sense, man. Maybe Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid are working together here. Maybe they're genuinely cooking something together just to go against Barcelona. Maybe they planned this. Maybe. Genuinely maybe. Now with Atletico Madrid's admin coming out and being disrespectful to Real Madrid, I genuinely don't think so, but at the same time it could be planned and we genuinely do not know it. I don't know what's happening from the insides, man. But the statement created an ideal scenario for both Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. A lot of sources coming out saying that. Barcelona's intention is to reach 120 million fixed bonuses for Julian and to see if Atletico accepts, but very unlikely. This is so funny because Barcelona fans, you guys are so dumb, man, because what... Real Madrid just made 150 million bid, just got rejected, right? Atletico Madrid came out, laughed at that offer, genuinely laughed at that offer, and obviously they said that no, you have to pay the release clause of 500 million, right? What? Why are you going again and offering less amount than Real Madrid did, which is 150 million? Like, it doesn't make sense because the club needs to agree to the amount first. It's not like the player is agreeing to the amount. The club agrees to the amount. Atletico agrees to the amount. If they wanted to agree the amount, surely they would give it to Real Madrid for 150 million because they're paying 30 million more. Why are you going yet again and offering 120 million? Barcelona, I think, in this scenario needs to move on. That's the only solution here. Barcelona needs to move on with a different striker, because at this point I don't think even Barcelona fans, you would agree that I don't think it's going to be worth it at this point, man, because the amount of drama, how Atletico is moving like bunch of children, right? Again, very hypocritical. I need to go back to my word when Atletico Madrid came out and called Barcelona a small club. You guys remember that? And then they went on social media acting like bunch of children, making fun of Barcelona again, proving that they are bigger hypocrites than they are. Last night, laughing at Real Madrid, making all those statements, making fun of Real Madrid. Again, behaving like a small club, which is very hypocritical from Atletico Madrid, especially a team that has 0 Champions Leagues, right? And of course, a team that we have beaten them for 2 Champions League finals. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, again with new reports saying that Perez wants to sign a Galactico this. I am just tired of Perez. I'm tired of Perez. I'm tired of this brother ruining our club. You know, a lot of Real Madrid fans used to tell me that Perez out, Perez out, Perez out. I never listened because it is Don Perez. It is the GOAT, right? And I don't want to see Perez going up because Perez is one of the biggest reasons why Real Madrid is so successful. But maybe his time is up, man. Maybe he just lies a lot. Maybe there is some evil intentions with this brother. And I don't see him focusing on the squad, man, anymore, man. I don't know, man. Let's wait and happen. It's going to be a World Cup season anyways. So maybe he's waiting after the World Cup. Let's see what happens. Thanks so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. World Cup season is here, so anticipate all videos. We're going to cook this World Cup. Thanks so much. We're going to be live for the Spain, Argentina, and Portugal games as well, and a lot of other games on the channel. So tune in for that. Thanks so much, and gracias, amigos.